Okay guys, today we are going to be going over 3 recipes that make great treats for kids. We're going to be starting off with Popsicles. This is the easiest classic recipe to make. My mom used to make this for me when I was a kid all the time, and my siblings and I have fond memories of these. These are fun to make together, especially once your kids get older. A lot of these recipes are really fun to make with your kids. I have an almost 2-year-old and an almost 4-year-old, so my 4-year-old is kind of getting to that age where he's really wants to be a big help in the kitchen, so he can be most of the time. The juice pouring is a little too advanced for him, so I got cranberry apple juice and apple juice. Both of these are from Aldi, and the apple juice was organic, so that was definitely a bonus, although of course, go figure, my kids liked the red juice better, so we ended up just kind of drinking the apple juice here and there, and then the cranberry apple juice ended up being our popsicle juice. But this is an awesome treat for my boys. My 4-year-old is potty trained, and we kind of recently finished potty training him. It ended up being kind of a late process because of our move to Florida. So these popsicles were a really great treat for him to encourage him to use the big potty chair and encourage him to poop on the potty chair. That was a little bit of a hardship for us. So recently I have actually stopped giving my kids like goldfish or any processed junk food or snacks at all. So I wanted to encourage you, and if you are also on this journey, or if you're just looking to have some alternative, healthier recipes, these will definitely help you out. They're all super easy. I started out with my easiest to least easy recipes, but honestly they're all pretty easy, and this one is definitely the fastest out of all of them. No mixing required, just make these really quick, and you can buy these pop molds really cheaply. I got mine at Walmart and I think it was $6. I know you can also get them on Amazon. They're really easy to get. I do not recommend washing them in your dishwasher though. I would wash them by hand. And another tip is when you take them out of the freezer, run them under hot water for 10 seconds. Otherwise they're near impossible to get out, and your kids are absolutely going to love these. Next, we have banana muffin recipes. I really like using banana recipes with my kids because bananas are really sweet themselves, and my boys love bananas. So you're going to want to have some slightly overripe bananas. I could have waited a little longer with these, but my kids have just been gobbling down the banana muffins, and my husband and sister that lives with us also really like these muffins, and there's a lot of healthy ingredients in these muffins, which I will show you. So I have this, I think it's a potato masher. I've had it for a long time, and sometimes it gets a little dented, and I just kind of push and pull it, and it works really well. I love it. So you're going to want to mash up these bananas really well. You could probably mash them up in your blender too, or I know some people use a fork, but you really don't have to worry about them being mashed up super duper fine. I personally don't care for banana muffins actually, but I make these for the family because everyone else likes these, and I kind of have a little bit of a bonus recipe in here. It's not another recipe, but once I'm done making the banana muffins, I'll show you guys something I do to kind of switch things up as well. So as you can see, we are mashing up these bananas, getting them mashed pretty fine, but again, if there's a few little chunks in there, as you can kind of see from this point of view, it's really not a big deal. I mashed them up a little more fine. Normally I actually don't measure out these ingredients, but I thought I would do it for the video. But yeah, banana muffins, again, you really can't go wrong, and usually I'll just kind of dump in some oil, dump in some honey. It's pretty easy to eyeball it, and honestly it's just less messy dishes, which is awesome and perfect. And these muffins would also be really great to make a large batch and throw them in the freezer for when your kids need a snack. Again, I've been working on making all of my kids' snacks homemade, so this might be something I'll do in the future. My kids don't really need a whole lot of snacks, honestly. Just because I would rather them not snack as much and eat more of their meals at meal times. I have definitely been that mom before where my kids only wanted snacks, and I had to kind of work on that and realize I needed to majorly cut back on snacks so that they would actually eat the meals that I was preparing for them. And yes, I did just dump in the vanilla. I can't help it, guys. I don't like dirtying extra dishes if I don't have to. And vanilla, you measure that by your heart, just like chocolate chips and garlic. So once you've mixed together all your wet ingredients, it's time for the dry ingredients. And I actually missed a lot of my recordings that had me adding the dry ingredients, but I have the recipe linked below, so it's really not that important. So you're just gonna add all your dry ingredients and mix that up. And something important with pretty much any baked good is that you don't want to overmix once you've added your dry ingredients. So the wet ingredients, it's really just not a big deal to overmix. But the dry ingredients, once you've added those, you really don't want to overmix them. At the same time, you do want to make sure everything is incorporated well. So there's definitely a balance of, making sure everything is mixed, but then also just making sure you don't overmix. Next, we are going to add everything to our muffin tins. I just sprayed everything really well and added the batter right inside. You can add muffin liners, but sometimes to me, muffin liners are just kind of unnecessary and they end up just being an extra thing that you need to buy at the grocery store. Also, somehow, I don't know if it's just me, but my kids always end up getting into my muffin liners and it's their favorite toy, and I don't know how they always find them. So I just kind of gave up on buying them after they literally destroyed 3 packs. So here's that little bonus recipe that I promised I was going to give you. I have this little mini donut pan, so I ended up taking some of the banana muffin batter that I had left over, and I just made some little mini donuts for my boys. They ended up loving these, and for whatever reason, I didn't get a final clip of them after they were baked, but they were so stinking cute. And if I could go back, I would probably put the chocolate chips on the bottom. I think it would have looked a little cuter, but these are honestly just so much fun to make. And sometimes with kids, it's all about switching up the shape of their food. I know I also watched that recently on an Instagram reel talking about if your kids are getting bored of the same foods, just switch up the shape of the food and it will really make everything new to them, which is so true. And I just made sure to uncover that little hole so they all looked like little mini donuts. And again, my boys honestly love these. Actually, my husband loved these too. I really can't keep him away from my kids' food either, so it is what it is. But yeah, here's me going ahead and adding those chocolate chips on top, and then here are the beautiful muffins and little donuts before they were done. Something I forgot to mention is that I use whole wheat flour with these muffins, and they are still so light and fluffy and delicious. Next, we are going to be making peanut butter protein ball, protein bites, however you want to call these. It's technically only 4 ingredients, but if you want to add vanilla, it's 5 ingredients. The vanilla is optional, however. I personally love this Watkins vanilla. It is just my favorite and adds such a great flavor to everything. Also, this organic protein powder was on sale at Costco, so delicious. This recipe did call for oatmeal. Most of the protein ball recipes that I was looking up called for oatmeal, but I knew my boys would not care for it if it had oatmeal in it. And I remember my mom making these for us as kids, me and my 12 siblings, and we absolutely love these, and we never added oatmeal. I don't think, maybe we didn't like it either, so I just added some extra protein powder in place of the oatmeal. And then next we're going to add the honey. I have this raw honey that I bought from Aldi, although recently I did get a bunch of honey from Costco. It wasn't raw, but it was a much better price, so I was pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, honey is pretty expensive, and I've been trying to only use honey to sweeten my boys' baked goods and treats lately. And yes, I know Skippy peanut butter is not great for you. However, the way prices are right now, I am doing the best that I can, but there's some things we just have to go with, and the natural peanut butter is just not really an option right now. Maybe if Costco was selling natural peanut butter, I would go ahead and pick some up, but right now our Costco does not have any natural peanut butter, and we've been getting a lot of our foods from Costco because bulk is just kind of the place to go. So next I went ahead and mixed everything up, and basically the one thing you need to know with these protein balls is you want to be able to roll them in your hands without having anything sticking to you. So if the dough is sticking to you, just go ahead and add some more protein powder. You can literally make this recipe without a recipe super easily because it's just protein powder, peanut butter, honey, and then the chocolate chips also add a really nice flavor. They're definitely optional as well. I just added in probably about 3/4 of a cup. I'm not exactly sure, but chocolate chips, I mean, who measures chocolate chips? I want to know, honestly, if you measure chocolate chips, Is that like, is that something you really need to be doing? Because I feel like, no, I feel like you shouldn't be doing that. I feel like, you just need to add those and measure them with your heart, because if you're measuring them with a measuring cup, I'm sorry, you're doing it wrong. And that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Share this with another mom out there who is looking for healthy recipes that your kids are absolutely going to love. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.